So there was a time when they told you, oh, don't mix turpentine with alcohol, don't drink a bunch of turpentine, blah blah blah. So I took turpentine with some honey, and it was the first time I ever done this. But I forgot that I had done it, and then I went on to take a couple of shots of alcohol, and I was having fun smoking blunts. Suddenly, and it's the first time I ever does it, like when she tells you wait for 2 weeks so you can see who your girl is, shit like that. They don't tell me what I can't find out on my own, because otherwise, if they just tell me anything, I've been told shit my whole life. So they want me to figure this shit out so I know for myself. And I'm smart enough to do this. So I do this to myself so I can figure out what's what. So Mr. Cheeks became very fruitioned. A screen popped out, and it made me immediately realize that that screen, same one on Cool World when she was when her kid was Hollywood was watching the Marilyn Monroe. It's like a really gritty kind of film projection type screen that comes down. And that's the same screen that she showed me when my light body suit was on me and I was walking in the streets. And then that's when I drew that big painting that you saw with Mickey and the guy in the suit, because I saw it and I was like, okay, this is what it looks like. I'm going to draw it. So it's like a big ass suit that you wear. And he stretches over your contours, which the arms were a lot skinnier in my painting than she showed me. I just don't want it to not look like Mickey Mouse because I want him to have skinny arms. But his arms are big when it's stretched over the contours of my body. It's like he stretches over. All right, so anyway, Mr. Cheeks, this Malcolm in the Middle screen, life is not fair, that gritty screen, that's who they're talking about. They're saying that you're not the boss of me now and you're not so big and all this stuff. So they're talking about the creator consistently. And they want you to deny the creator constantly. They're just constantly just deny her. Because if not, we go back to where we're from and all that. So we have the right to do this. And they know that this matrix is over. They're really upset about this. That's the real truth. All right, so when I mixed alcohol with turpentine for the first time, and I couldn't do it again after that. I've been trying, but it doesn't work anymore. But Mr. Cheeks shows up, and he makes all the emoji faces with the steam coming out of his nostrils, like the bull. And I was like, dude, you look just like the Facebook emojis. Exactly. He's like, yeah, he's showing me all this shit. And the screen comes out like the Malcolm in the Middle screen. And I said, oh, I get it. This is what they're talking about on that. That's what Holly was looking at. Oh shit, okay, the gritty screen is like a perception into the future or something. Mr. Cheek starts talking and showing me that whenever the electrical grid shuts off and switches to 5G, all right, and the whole shit turns into the useless eater, before this moment, he showed me what has been happening every single time. And when people turn into zombies, their light body sits on top as a dead entity that has not acknowledged itself. It has not been electrified. The reason why these people can't come to life is because of nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is through and through immense through the body of these beings. And when the 5G turns on, it activates it immediately, and the grid shuts off, revealing that there's monsters and doodles in here. So the people that are dead and walking around zombies look like they're kind of cartoonish because they've got these X-eyes characters and they're all walking together like a bunch of damn mascots. That's what it looked like when he showed it to me. And it was Merry Melody style animation. And I was just like, damn, that's where they stole that Merry Melody style from. It's because they wanted us to see that and not think it was anything. So they created Merry Melodies. The style copies her illustrative doodle type character style. So these light bodies, they all have X eyes, and that's what they're counting on. They don't want you to go staring into the sun because they won't be able to get the conduit that's underneath the light body with the X eyes. So when Mr. Cheeks showed it, he showed me a bunch of zombies that looked a lot like these cartoon zombies. And I was just like, why is everything like a cartoon? Like, I don't understand. So that was back then. But now I see is that everybody that's shut off has a zombie on top and a zombie inside, pretty much. The X eyes just never switch over. So if you're staring into the sun which directly is breaking and destroying everything that they've built, which is a house of cards, because it's literally this easy to get this whole thing to go back to normal. Then you yourself have beat the Matrix yourself. Because when they switch that grid over, you're going to go into your light body capacity. And there's not going to be anything they can do to stop it, because you don't have any active nanos. You don't have any nanotech. You've been staring in the sun. You've been destroying them. That tingly sensation you get, that chi that goes through your body, that electricity that shocks you, that shit is destroying that shit, like regularly. If you're shocking yourself with the bands, that shit is regularly sending electrical impulses from your chakras out into your body and destroying all toxins and any technology they think they've got. So I was I'm telling you, these motherfucking zombies, they almost look like cartoons when he showed it to me. I was just like, this little zombie on top, a zombie inside. I mean, I don't understand. Wow, what the fuck? Like, that was years ago. Yeah, Zombie Island. Look at this. Gilligan's Island. Get it? Where the moon is at. So they need people with weak ass conduits that'll go in the dark side of the moon. The difference is that if you have a high capacity and it goes at least to the level of a daywalker or beyond, you ain't gonna get erased by no moon. Even if you did die, you ain't gonna get erased. You're gonna keep coming back. And that's what they don't want either, because then their shit is consistently just fucking ruined on a consistent basis. And we've already ruined them. We've already won. We've already beat them. I'm trying to break this character out because I will be able to put on a show, and the show is going to create mass awareness. You know what I mean? That mass awareness could be a huge difference in things. That these reptilians might say, you know what? We're just going to have to come out and just apologize. Or there's going to be some good ones. I noticed that if you look at the Sheol map, you'll see that some of the tunnels lead up into the center of the earth. And from my further studies, that there's actually good reptilians in the world that are don't want shit to do with this shit. And they're in the center where they can't hurt anyone, which makes kind of like Neverending Story. When they went to see the Empress at the center of the highest peak, it's basically her as a kid. She can shapeshift. And every walk of life of creature is in that motherfucker, all talking to Atreyu, trying to figure out who's going to save this motherfucker. So that's what I'm saying is that this is huge, man. We've won. We've already won. Give yourself a pat on the back. If you're sun gazing, give yourself a pat on the back, because you are a winner. And if I can get this body out, which I will, I've got my mind set on it. I just feel like I got all this stuff I need to say. But the end of the day, the heat is on. The heat is on the street. The heat is on. Da-na-na. Man, these songs are interesting. Can you feel the heat? I'm looking after you. Da-na-na-na. Just like, damn. Oh my God, this is what it's like when the heat is on you. And the heat is on. Da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. She's constantly talking, bro. Listen to this shit. Listen to this. I'm looking after you. Caught up in the action. I'm looking after you. It's just like, damn. It's constantly, dude. She's been on my head all over the past several hours, bro. The heat is on. So now it's like, what does that say? It's like, oh, it's on now. See what I mean? Because listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, though. So, yeah, this is over, bro. We got this. Just keep sun gazing. Keep going. And in the end, we will be victorious. And their house of cards will fall. So what I can see is that there's a bunch of reptilians that probably want to come out and clap and be like, man, fucking finally. Because, you know, their how can I say it? Mob mentality is ruled by people who either are too scared to come out themselves, or they're afraid of Bal and Mullick. And Bal and Mullick are probably scared. And they probably want to keep that army in front of them. And Mr. Cheeks made it very clear. He said the biggest problem is Bal and Mullick. That's it. That's the main motherfuckers that are really the biggest problem in here. That's what he basically cleared up, told me. So, very interesting. So I'm going to get back to sun gazing. You see this arm gesture here, this dance? That's like, they constantly want us to deny it. So this dude's got his hand, this far right guy of the zombie, he's got his hand over his eyes and his other arm up towards what? But the light. Saying, nah, man, I don't need to look at you. That's basically what I just realized that shit really means. Because you put your hand up, and the only being that's up there is Mr. Cheeks. So it's like, man, these motherfuckers are really like, wow, unbelievable. Oh, caught up in the action, I'm looking out for you. That's what it's trippy. She trips me the fuck out. I've been in the past 2 hours. My mind is completely blown away with this woman, bro. She's just constantly like, Jules, Jules, Jules. Wow. Oh. Yeah, it's on the street. The heat is on. The fire. Heat is on. Burning with desire. Heat is on. Yeah, it's on the street. The heat. Go Corona. Fucking crazy showing a zombie. That shit is wild, man. These motherfuckers are nasty. There's some nasty people in here, bro. We gonna shut, I'm telling you, they flood, if they get rid of themselves, that is gonna be the easiest clean sweep that you've ever seen. They're just gonna leave all together and leave this place completely open and abandoned. In which they can't manipulate the weather because they've already been, you see what I mean?